What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Jennifer Rush. And we're returning to Movin 1985. Thank you again to Darren. Are you coming up? I think she's coming up. And the next track is Ave Maria, and then parenthetically, Survivors of a Different Kind. So Ave Maria, obviously there are a number of classical renditions of this tune. I think Schubert's is perhaps the most famous, Beethoven right on the same level. In any case, I don't know if it'll incorporate melodies associated with those classical renderings or whether it's just about the phrase itself. Nevertheless, Survivors of a Different Kind sort of takes the track away from what I would expect in terms of it maybe being related to those classical renderings. So yeah, Survivors of a Different Kind sounds like maybe we're not talking a literal survivor in terms of one's life, but perhaps an emotional survivor, a survivor of a situation in which there was great potential for harm, or indeed actual great harm, but not harm that killed someone, even if that's in a figurative way. So yes, I do wonder the context, and I'll do what I can to pick it up, but the first part of the title takes my brain in one direction, the second part ambiguates that possibility. So let's see what it actually is. This is Jennifer Rush, the track is Ave Maria, and then again, parenthetically, Survivors of a Different Kind. Like the bubbling metallic synth bass.
Ave
right there. So definitely a bit of a Baroque organ type of feel for the main, but yo, if she's doing that with her voice, then don't fade out yet. Let her express and then end the tune. But yes, definitely, as I said, a bit of a classical feel, a bit of a Baroque organ feel, but mixed with that bubbly, metallic 80s synth bass that a number of her tunes I've heard so far have, and good quality. Ultimately, her voice doing some big things in the chorus especially, and hitting the title phrase in a way that is recognizably connected to a more traditional rendering of the song, but in her own way, in a, again, sort of 80s synth-pop style. Also some backing vocals, which again have a bit of that choir classical sound, but still in a pop idiom. So yeah, blending the more traditional sound with the more of the time pop music sound. And yeah, I'm not sure about the other lyrics, like, we're taking over the station, talking about cycles, feelings inside, things that are obvious to see. I don't know how that all stitches together. I was catching, again, little tidbits from each of the verses, but not enough to get a full sense of what these survivors of another kind are, or in what context they're coming together, taking over a station, and so on. But yes, ultimately, I do think there is a sense of strength, a sense of emotional togetherness that comes through just in those little bits that I heard, so be curious to hear about the themes. Ultimately, I've come to know a little bit of her music, and I feel like her vocals are often the center of everything that's happening, and I would say that's certainly the case here. So, again, not a particularly long tune. I want to say like maybe 3.5. Yeah, just almost. Wait, is it almost 4? Yeah, it's almost 4, but yeah, it felt like there was another minute or so it could go, even if it was just repeating the reprise or the, rerunning the chorus one more time. I'd like to hear her voice get to flourish, because it seemed like she hit the title phrase in the last couple iterations with a slightly different vocal angle, if you will, and that really had some power and gravity to it. So again, shout out to her and her voice. Let me know what you think. Shout out again to Darren for sharing. Shout out to Luca for sitting very comfortably like a loaf cat, and I will see you next time. Peace.